Another weekend, another race day. Today I am doing the old double on the track. I've got a 3k and a 1500 metres in the Southern Athletics League with my club, Chelmsford AC. This is our t-shirt that represents our 90th year as a club, as you can see on the back. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, to be totally honest with you, I've been away this weekend doing a little bit of camping, had a few beers last night, ate plenty of food and slept on a camp bed. So I'm feeling a little bit rough today, but you never know. Some days you have your best races when you're not feeling 100%. So we'll see how we get on today. I also was doing a fun event yesterday with the running channel where I helped pace 100 runners to a new PB, and I was pacing 35 minutes for 10k, which with a flag on your back was a lot harder than I expected. So legs are not fresh, body is definitely not fresh, but I'm going to go down to Gillingham track to try and score as many points for the team, Chelmsford, in both the 3k and the 15. Last weekend I did a 1500 metres followed by a 3k, and this weekend in the Southern Athletics League I'll be doing a 3k followed by the 15. So slightly different but the same events, with the same goal really, just to score as many points. I think I'm going to have to play to my sort of strengths today and not worry too much about racing for a really fast time, but try and score points in more tactical races, because yeah, as I said, I'm not feeling too fresh. But before I get into today's video, I just want to thank the sponsors of the vlog, Hume Health. So I've been using the body analyzer from Hume Health for the last sort of 2 or 3 months to track my metrics. Going into a race, I really like to know what sort of weight I'm in terms of my body fat percentage and other metrics that basically just give me a bit of an idea of where I'm at physically going into a race. Before Boston Marathon last year, I experimented with cleaning up my diet. I actually ended up losing around 2% of my body fat, and yeah, had a really good race. So it's something I consciously like to do, is clean up my diet, keep track of my metrics as sort of a nerdy, stats-based runner. Weight for me has never really been a part of my training, in terms of I've never had like a weight loss journey like I know some people do have with their running. But yeah, I like to keep track of my metrics just to see what sort of shape physically I'm in going into a race. And another metric alongside body fat percentage that I like to track is my total fat mass, so the amount of fat that I have on my body going into a key race like Boston Marathon. I like to try and get that figure down as low as possible. The Hume Health app is really good for also tracking your muscle mass and lots of other factors. It basically does a DEXA scan at home, which can cost a lot of money if you get them done privately. So yeah, if you want to check out Hume Health and their body analyzer, then head down to the link in the description. Okay, so here we are, a little bit later today. I only just got to the track for 1 o'clock, so about an hour before my races, but it means I've missed the earlier races that my mates are in, so I'm not sure how they got on, but hopefully they did all right. Looks like a nice day for it. Not too hot, it's about 22 degrees, so yeah, borderline warm, but I'm only doing a 3k today. When it's a 5k I have to worry a little bit more about the heat, but looking forward to getting stuck in, despite feeling a little bit knackered, but yeah. That's some good fun. So I'm just out for my warm-up. Turns out that my race is not a 3k today, it's a 5k. What? There's a little bit of a admin error, so yeah, 5k at 2:35 followed by 1500, so a little bit different, but today's races are mainly just training runs, so I'm not going to be going flat out trying to run a PB. As I said, just to try and score as many points as the team. Example A of that is my buddy Joe, who's an 800 metre runner, is doing the long jump now. So yeah, everyone's sort of doing stuff they don't necessarily want to do, but for the team, score as many points as we can. Okay, it is 5k time. I've got my spikes with me, going for the Cloud 10,000 meters. These are what I wore last weekend. As I said, I'm not really feeling super fresh today, so we'll see how that translates into performance. I used to play football as a kid, and sometimes when I turned up, having had a few beers the night before and feeling a little bit tired, I actually had a good game. So never know, might happen today. I'm hoping that the race is a little bit more tactical than a fast sort of all-out race, so hopefully we can go around the first few laps in a sensible pace and then towards the end wind it up. And try and save a little bit for that 1500 meters, which is in about an hour's time. But yeah, gonna get laced up into these, do a few strides, then we'll be ready to go. Might help to got my vest with me. Okay, here we go. 3 minutes to kick off. Competition's warming up. Little do they know, Chelmsford number 1.
That's good, Ben. Just sit there, mate.
Well done, guys. Ah, no, well done.
Perfect, Ben. Don't panic. Come, mate. Well done, mate. That's good, mate. You got 10 metres. Well done, Ben. Job's a good one. Job's a good one. You're fine.
So just finished the first race, managed to get the win in a pretty tactical race. I think our average pace was around 3:08, so not too difficult for me today. My PB over 5k is about a minute quicker, admittedly on the road, but yeah, felt nice and cruisy. Just sat in the pack, and then with 500 to go, I thought, right, I don't want to leave it to a complete sprint finish because I'm not the quickest over the last 100 meters, but I knew based on how I was feeling in the pack that I should be able to push on. So yeah, pushed on with 500 to go, opened up a little bit of a gap, and then saw that no one was going to come with me, and just was able to sort of maintain that effort going into the final lap. Crossed the line in 15:41, so yeah, I'll take that. Some big points for the team. 12 is the maximum you can score as an A string, and then it goes down in increments of 2. So got the 1500 meters in about 40 minutes, so I'm just going to go for a little bit of a jog to shake out some of the junk from that 5k, and yeah, try and do my best in the 15. I think today I'm going to also try and race to position as high as possible. So last weekend I sort of raced the 15 to run as fast as I possibly can over 15, whereas today I'm just going to try and sit in, follow this guy, and yeah, see if we can place as high up as possible. But I've got a feeling that often tends to slow the races down a little bit, but depends what the level is. Maybe a tactical race here will be 4 flat, we'll see. But yeah, I'd love to go for sub 4. I don't think after a 5k, the beers last night and sleeping on a camp bed will be optimum conditions. But that being said, I'm going to give it my absolute all, as I always do, to do as well for the team. The amount of times I've said that today, but that's exactly what these events are all about. I wouldn't come down and do them to run a 15:40 5k. I mean, there's no real benefit for me to do that in terms of my development, other than a good training run. But to score 12 points for the team is pretty big in the Southern Athletics meet that we're competing in today. But yeah, just going to jog, and then we got 30 minutes, 40 minutes till the 15. Come on, the good thing about this 15 now is because it's not my event and I'm the B string, kind of takes the pressure off of it. So yeah, looking just to get stuck in and enjoy myself before the football later on. Okay, here we go, take number 2. This time I've got CC on my vest, which means I am the B string runner. So I'm racing everyone in this race who's a B string runner for their club. So if you see someone with a single letter, they're in the A string, and a double letter, they are a B string. So the maximum points I can score in this race is 10. So if I win the race in the B strings, I get 10, then 8, then 6, then 4. And the winner of the A race takes 12, 10, 8. So you can't quite score as many points, but the race is just as important as the one in the A strings, because yeah, points at the end of the day mean prizes. So we'll see how we get on in this one. And we're off. So here is the men's 1500 meters in the SAL. I thought I'd do a bit of a voiceover and react to the race. This is the first time I've watched it back, and a big thanks to my buddy Luke for filming this one. So having raced the 1500 meters last weekend, I had a little bit more confidence going into this one. I knew what I was getting myself into. I ran 4:03 last week for a PB, 6 seconds quicker than what I ran last season, which was a great surprise. So I knew I was fit coming into this race. and I was just planning to try and score as many points for the squad as possible. So no matter how fast this race was going to go, I was going to try and hang on until I couldn't hang on no more.
Well done, Paul. Well done, Ben.
So here we are going through the first sort of 300 metres of the race. Very honest pace. I think I went through in around 48 seconds. So yeah, these races feel very, very quick, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to that speed, especially coming from a 5k up to a marathon background. Here we're running at around 2:40 per kilometre, which yeah, feels very unnatural for me. But as I am coming through the first lap there, I've moved up into third position. I noticed there was a slight gap appearing between the third and second guy, sorry. So now I've slotted in to third position behind my teammate, Paul. I want to give Paul a bit of a shout out. He's, I believe, 45 years old, and he's still competing at the very top level. He's more of an 800 metre runner, but you'll see in this 1500 metre race, his pedigree and experience will shine through towards the end.
64s.
So at this point in the race, I noticed it was slowing down a little bit at the front. The guy who'd set the early pace had started to fatigue maybe, or tactically was slowing it down, so I took the lead and we went through there in 1:54. A little bit hard to figure out the splits, but I think that's 700 metres. I remember hearing the guy calling out the splits. I think we went through 800 in around 2:10, so around 65 seconds per lap. To break 4 minutes in the 1500, you need to be running 64s. So it's this point in the race where I got overtaken by a guy from Norwich in the A string wearing N, and I was grateful, to be honest with you, because he took on the race and made it pretty fast going into the K split there. Paul has just slotted himself in behind me, so Chelmsford are 3 and 4. Remember, I am a B string in this race, so I think most of these guys here are in the A strings, but if you look at their vests, if they've got 2 letters on their bib, then they're in the same race as me.
He's in the mixer.
So here we are with 500 metres to go. I've got to admit, I was struggling pretty hard. At this point in the race, I thought, oh no, I think I've blown up. But I gritted my teeth and thought to myself, come on, no gaps, hold on. There goes the bell, went through in 3:01, so I knew if I wanted to break 4, I needed to go 59 seconds over the last lap, which I thought was going to be quite a big ask, having never closed a race faster than 62 before.
He did the right thing though, he moved the race on when everyone else...
The boys up the front there are rattling through. You can see Paul Grange of Chelmsford in second. The Norwich athlete is stringing us out, and I'm currently in 4th position and 1st overall in that B string race. Here's where the front of the race got away from me a little bit there. I'm probably about 20 metres away, so I knew the win wasn't going to be in contention, but at the same time I wanted to try and run as fast as I possibly could over that last lap and close hard and give myself every opportunity of trying to break that 4-minute barrier. Coming into the last 50 metres here is when I really felt I had that final extra gear. I could see the Norwich guy coming back to me, and I tried to get him on the inside and dip for the line, but he got me by I think about 100th of a second. So there we go. That was the men's 1500 metres. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think I finished in 4:01.44 for around a 2-second PB over last weekend.
Well done, bro. That's really good.
Probably like 4:01.
Think so, yeah.
Definitely, mate. Big PB.
Was I second? No, I was third.
4:01.47. Take that.
Nice.
Second and a half off in a week. When you got to 4 to go, I thought, is your head going on?
Yeah.
And then you actually finished really strong again. You had
I've always got like 50 metres.
Yeah.
But I can't kick it in further than that.
Yeah.
I guess that'll come with confidence, won't it? But
Yeah. You actually weren't on for a 4:01 with
I went for it in.
Yeah.
If I closed in the 60, I would have got it.
Yeah.
So it must be in 61.
Yeah.
So another track meet done. That was really fun. 4:01.44 for third in that men's 1500. Didn't quite get under sub 4, which is not necessarily something I've been aiming for, but it would be nice to break that barrier. The race went out pretty hard. It slowed down a little bit in the middle half of the race, and I just wanted to keep it honest. I don't have the biggest sprint finish, or at least I didn't think I did. I had a pretty good one today, and yeah, finished the last lap in about 61, so yeah, very fast last 200, according to Strava, 28 seconds, probably about 29, 30 seconds. So yeah, I've got a gear at the end there that I didn't necessarily know I had, and I thoroughly enjoyed the 1500. Maybe I'll do one more this season to try and get under that 4-minute barrier, but to be honest with you, I gave it everything in that race, and I could sort of tell that was all I had today. But I came third, which was the first B string, so I scored 10 points for my team Chelmsford in that 1500 metre race, and 12 points in the more tactical 5k race. So in terms of the day, couldn't have gone much better than that for points. That's exactly why I came down to Gillingham to do that race at the Medway track here in Kent. But yeah, thanks for everyone's support across the channel. We are about to hit 100,000 subscribers. We might have even hit it at this point. So yeah, just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's hit that button over the last few years, supported my channel as it continues to grow, and I get some incredible opportunities, and yeah, get to say this is my full-time job, which is an absolute privilege. And one final reminder, if you would like to purchase the Body Pod, then use the code in my description for an additional 15% off, which is only valid for the next 7 days. Until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we will see you again soon with maybe one last track race before I move back up to the marathon. Bye-bye.